If you've been sitting on the sidelines watching the roller coaster of the real estate market, which has been the last couple of years, you probably have one question on your mind. Is 2026 the year to buy? The national headlines are screaming market reset. But what does that actually mean for areas like Grand Rapids, Rockford, or even just the general West Michigan area? I'm going to be breaking down three big indicators: price, inventory, and mortgage rates. And just don't go anywhere, because within this guide, I do have a buyer survival guide for 2026 within it. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start with the biggest factor: mortgage rates. The good news is that the days of rapid, unpredictable rate hikes are behind us. In 2026, we are seeing a normalization of the rates. This doesn't mean that a return to the 3% rate that we saw a couple of years ago, but it does mean a more stable and predictable environment. Now, what is the prediction? Well, the prediction is most experts are forecasting rates to hover between the high 6s and low 7% range for 2026. This stability is crucial. It allows you to budget effectively and makes the monthly payments more manageable. The key is to buy the house when you can afford the payment and not try and time the absolute bottom rate of the cycle. Remember, you can always refinance later, but you can't refinance the house that you just missed out on. The second indicator is inventory. This is the single biggest reason why the West Michigan market isn't crashing. While national inventory is improving, our local market is still critically tight, especially in the more desirable areas. Areas like Grand Rapids, Rockford, Ada, and those more desirable areas are going to be insanely difficult, especially around that 300 to 400,000 area. There's almost no market for that, because as soon as a home within that range in those insanely desirable areas come in, they're almost as gone as fast as they arrive. And that's just the sad truth. If you've decided 2026 is your year, here's my buyer survival guide. The 3 non-negotiable steps to success in this market. Number 1, get a fully underwritten pre-approval. A simple pre-qualification letter won't cut it. In a competitive situation, a fully underwritten pre-approval tells the seller you are serious and your financing is solid. Number 2, be flexible on location. Don't get tunnel vision on one neighborhood. Be willing to look around at the surrounding areas. If you can't find a home in Grand Rapids, look at Wyoming or Kentwood. If Rockford is a little too pricey, look at areas like Greenville, Cedar Springs, or even Sand Lake. Flexibility equals opportunity in this market. And yes, those may not be the exact desirable areas that you're looking for, but if you can find something near those areas that will work just as good for you, then why not go for it? Number 3, focus on the payment, not the rate. Don't let the interest rate paralyze you. Focus on the total monthly payment that fits your budget. If rate drops, you refinance. If prices drop, you've just lost equity. In a low inventory market, securing the right property is more important than securing the perfect rate. Now let's look at a few questions that I've been asked before and could potentially impact you buying this year. Question number 1 is, should I use a contingency to sell my current home? Now, while a contingency may work best for you in your current situation, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Mainly because as soon as you have a contingency, let's say a contingency upon your home selling, or contingency upon the sale and close of your home, which means that your home isn't on the market yet and you need it to close by the time you can buy the seller's house. The seller, frankly, is going to put you at the bottom of the list, regardless of the contingency. Even if it's a contingency upon the sale of your house, saying that, yes, the house is already on the market right now, ready to go, you guys are just looking for a buyer. If the seller has a timeline that they need to get out relatively quickly, your offer kind of just went to the bottom of their list, which kind of sucks, especially if you're in a very competitive area. Competitive area like Grand Rapids or Ada, for example, if you are upon a contingency, it's most likely not going to happen. And that's just the sad truth. However, when you are selling your house, you can kind of dictate your timeline. Now, granted, that timeline may feel a little rushed, but if you are considering it, you can dictate how long it takes to close, which is something that a lot of people actually don't even realize that they can do. Closing typically takes around 30 days, especially if you're using a regular bank, for example. We'll use LMCU, for example. They will take the 30 days to close on average. Now, one thing that you'll have to consider is how many days do you want after closing? Now, this can range from 30 days to 45 days to even 60 days, but let's just use 60 days, for example. That means from when you have agreed upon selling your house to this potential client, you now have, again, using the 60-day example, almost 120 days to find your next home. Now, to some people, that's a lot more days than they even realize that they could have. And yeah, it's just that simple. When you are selling, you're in a lot of the driver's seat, especially if you are looking for a new house, by the way. So, just something to think about. Question number 2. What is the biggest mistake sellers are making in 2026? Kind of convenient that we just got done talking about selling. Okay. So the biggest issue that I am seeing is overpricing. Homes are staying on the market for significantly longer. Now, granted, is that because the home was priced correctly, or is it because they're asking too much? Does the area support the house? And what I've been seeing lately is the area does not support what the sellers are asking. So realistically, the answer to that one is the sellers are just overpricing their houses for what the market is actually saying that they're worth. And to some people, that's not exactly the right answer that they're looking for. Number 3, what about down payments? Do you still need 20%? Now, while 20% is ideal, it isn't necessary. There are plenty of programs in Michigan that allow you to not have to provide that 20%. 20% is just something that has become, I wouldn't say standard, but if you want the best things to happen, yeah, 20% is probably the ideal, but not everyone's situation is the ideal situation. And given those circumstances, Michigan has plenty of programs that give you the options of if you need down payment assistance or if you can't put as much money down as you'd like. There are programs that exist like that. And if you are interested in stuff like that, I do have guides in the description below. Just click that top link and you'll see all my guides, buying, selling, relocating in the description. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know, and let me know where you're watching from, or what's your favorite kind of food. Let's go with that. What's your favorite kind of food? Let me know in the comments below. Let's confuse people who haven't watched this far. Just why are they saying their favorite kind of food? I don't know. Mine's spaghetti, but hey. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya.